Hi, this is Sean and Joe, our occupational therapists, and we are going to chat you through what we look for in informal assessment. We have a little clip of Sean doing a circuit that he's done a number of times before. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pick it apart a little bit so that you can start to see that, yeah, your kid's coming in and playing, but actually we get some really beautiful, rich information through this. We will go a little bit of a time.
Right, so Sean, are you going to take your shoes off?
No, I'm going to use it.
Eh?
I use it with climbing frame.
Okay. And you've asked Joe to take the hammock and put it down a bit?
Yep. Just to this one?
No, it's not going down any further.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is two though. You'll be on the ground at that point. That's true. This side as well? What do you think?
Yeah, right. Mum, count. No.
Okay.
You count. Mum,
Me,
count.
count. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
So at the very start, we can see that Sean asks for the hammock to be lowered, which would maybe indicate that there's a little bit of anxiety around about his body awareness, possible gravitational insecurity, possible vestibular or organisation challenges. We also note that he is reluctant to remove his shoes. And this could be because he feels safer and more stable in his shoes. He can follow the directions, so when we ask him to take them off, although he resists a little bit, he is willing. We can also see that he is understanding simple instructions and using humour to deflect from his challenges. And all that is within the first couple of seconds of him being asked to do a particular obstacle.
Go!
Go, 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 go.
Ollie.
That's it. Shoes off before we go in the hammock.
Okay, so here what we can see is Joe putting a little bit of pressure onto him to try and get him to alter his speed. And again, this just sees how he relates to that. As he gets to the top of the climbing frame, you hear him making a noise, go boy, and that is him sort of resetting, readjusting. He managed that climbing wall much more ably than we've seen him in the past. But he just needed to have that stim moment to reset. Joe deliberately is adding that extra pressure to see how he engages and reacts to that. Can he adapt his speed? Can he slow down? Can he move on? If she talks, does it distract him? Or can he keep going through it? And these are all things that we put together into a profile to see what's happening.
Get those toys out of there.
Okay about that.
Want to hear something crazy? Didn't even know the toys were there when I did it. You got your shoes off?
Nope.
Get them off.
Can I put this closer?
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
You want me to do it?
come to me. Mummy, do the same.
There we go.
Mummy, do the same as well.
Okay.
As Sean approaches the hammock, we can start to see that his visual perception is a bit of a challenge. He needs to remove the other items before he can start thinking about getting onto the acrobat's swing. And again, what we're thinking about here is, are there modulation issues? Are there visual perception issues? Are there planning and organisation things that we need to consider? And from this, again, we start to note the areas of challenge, and we start to build in this solid picture of where he's at. Okay, so once he's got the toys out of the way and he's rejected taking his shoes off, he asks for the hammock to be brought closer to him. In quite an assertive ways, like, no, this is not messing. If you want me to do this, you're going to have to bring the hammock closer to me. And again, with moving the obstacles out of the way, with seeing that he's refusing to take his shoes off, we start to think, yeah, this kid might actually be struggling with motor planning, with body awareness and visual perception issues. Okay, and again, what we see here is that co-regulation. Mum, come help me. Come on, you need to help me out here. And that's because he's finding things a little bit stressful, a little bit challenging. And because, yes, I'm the occupational therapist, but I'm also his mum. So I'm his co-regulator, and he's looking for that reassurance at that point.
Joe, go. Mommy,
Ready?
record.
3, 2, 1.
Record.
Go! Speed.
Okay, if you notice when he's getting into the hammock, he takes a big breath, his tongue starts sticking out, he does stimming noises, and that again is all a nice indicator that his planning and organising and body awareness just isn't quite there, and he's needing to use alternative techniques to try and help him.
Can someone bring the hammock to me? Mommy, do the same.
I've got the cord on.
I can hold it. There you go.
Wait.
Keep going. Well done.
What was that?
Sorry, just a noise.
Come here.
Come here. You can.
Okay, so here we're asking Sean to use his motor planning skills, his imagination, and his organising to create a different pattern than the one that he's been doing. This allows us to explore more his ideation, his understanding, his ability to orientate himself in the environment. And lets us just see if he can follow that instruction and adapt with it. We would change this instruction depending on what the kids were needing from us, and that would help us evaluate what we're doing.
Do it, Sean.
I just have it outside.
Keep going. Pull.
What do you think I'm doing, Joe?
Sorry, but obviously you're pulling, not pushing. I'll just keep my mouth shut.
And we can hear here that he's starting to get a bit tired, a little bit grumpy. His breathing is quite laboured. His stimming noises, his facial expression is expressing that he is finding this a little bit more challenging and a bit more demanding than we have done up till now. An indicator that modulation might be something that we need to look at in a bit more depth. So all these things are painting a nice picture of his strengths and challenges. So in a live assessment at this point, we would probably stop and do some regulatory work. As it's quite evident that Sean's becoming a little bit over aroused and becoming a little bit frustrated. And his fact that he's accomplished this and he's on video and he's helping at charter sessions is all making him feel very proud, and he wants to do a ta-ta. So that is a little insight into how 4 minutes of therapy can actually help with the assessment process. As always, ChatterSense, therapy disguised as play. Now you know what we're talking about. For more information, visit www.chattersense.com or email hello@chattersense.com. Bye!